Shalom, shalom. Call lawyer, La Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Achakadash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone who rule well. Shalom, Machasad, Lahabakior. Peace and mercy to the elect. I'm your fellow servant, Yadi. I represent the GMS Church here in Cleveland, back in the spirit. I hope and I pray this is an edifying lesson. 19 news. 3 shot in abdomen at Cleveland Seafood Restaurant. Police. 3 men were shot at a Cleveland seafood restaurant Saturday late afternoon. According to the Cleveland police, a 46-year-old, 52-year-old, and 23-year-old were all shot in the abdomen at Omar Seafood and Grill on the 12,500 block of St. Clair Avenue. The shooting happened just after 4:45 p.m. Cleveland police say the suspect in the shooting is already in custody. Well, first and foremost, you Negroes, Latinos, Navajo Indians, you don't supposed to be indulging in particular seafoods. Now, we can eat particular seafoods that are lawful, like fish, as long as it has scales and fins. You ain't supposed to be eating no goddamn crawfish and no lobster and no shrimp. You see? You know, and the Heavenly Father gave us a dietary law for a particular reason. It's going to be beneficial for us to follow that dietary law. You ain't going to have seafood restaurants on every corner. And even though we hate our enemy, you so-called white people, your biblical nationality, you the Edomites, and you're mentioned as one of the enemies of Israel pursuant to Psalms 83. Even though we hate them with perfect hatred, pursuant to our forefather King David, I count them with perfect hate. I hate them with perfect hatred. I count them my enemy. So even though they are enemy and we hate them, we ain't gonna set up no fucking seafood spots at the end of every corner of your Edomite ass neighborhoods, man. You see, you fucking Peckerwoods. We ain't gonna put seafood and crab shanties. I remember the Apostle Tahar, he mentioned it. I forget the dude, he played the trumpet. I forget his name. But he said, he mentioned how the old school, the One West School, it was on 125th Street, I believe in Harlem, and he said right next to it, he had a play called The Crown Shanty, and he was mentioning that story that a celebrity musician was over there. They was passing out flyers. He said he seen him the day before he died eating this bullshit right here. You see, that's why it's a lot of sicknesses and diseases that run rampant amongst our community, man, because you have fucking shit like this. The Heavenly Father created particular sea urchins and seafood for a particular reason, not for niggas to go fucking, king crab. You got lawful seafood. You got tuna. You got whiting. You got orange ruffin. And that's just some of the things that Jake know. You got salmon. Because that's all that we've been accustomed to. We don't know too many more, but you can go on Google and type in kosher seafood. I'm pretty sure you can go, I ain't gonna do it right now, but you can go on Google and type in kosher seafood. So you niggas ain't supposed to be eating. Go read the Levitical law. I mean, the dietary law in the book of Leviticus. I believe it's in Deuteronomy 11. And I think, I could be wrong. I know it's in Leviticus 11. But you ain't supposed to eat no mother freaking octopus, and niggas be eating octopus, and niggas be eating squid, and niggas be eating all kind of abominations. The Heavenly Father ain't create those different creations for niggas to just eat them, man. They serve a particular purpose in the ecosystem. That's why you see Lake Erie, right, which is off the coast of Ohio. Lake Erie, that shit just polluted. All these waters is polluted, and the reason as to why, because they fucking take out the natural filtration system that the Heavenly Father set in place. You ain't supposed to be eating no motherfucking seafood, man. Like I said, it's lawful seafood that you can't eat. As a matter of fact, I'm going to go into the dietary law. And what you think? The dietary law was just, the Lord gave us that for us to, what the fuck you think? He gave it to us so it could be beneficial and useful to us, man. No? Not to just do whatever the hell you want to and say to hell with the law of the Heavenly Father. I'm going to eat me just like that faggot ass nigga Boosie. And excuse my Acadian, man. I'm a Reubenite. I got rude speech. I don't really like niggas like that. And niggas ain't hard for real. You see? And I ain't hard either. The Heavenly Father hard for me. So if any nigga rise up against me, the Heavenly Father gonna smite your bitch ass. You see? So you got niggas just disregarding the law, statutes, and commandments of the Heavenly Father. That's why them fuck niggas got shot in the abdomen. You see? Alright, so I'm gonna go into the dietary law and goes into what the Heavenly Father, as a matter of fact, I'm gonna see it in the GNT, see what it say, cause that's the first, cause I was just did a lesson and I was reading in the GNT, so I'm gonna just see what it say in the GNT in the book of Leviticus, the 11th chapter, and it's gonna be a quick lesson, man. You know, you ain't supposed to be eating all these abominations, man. We supposed to be holy, set apart. The heathens eat all that bullshit. That's why we gonna crush them when we get into a position of authority and power, man. We gonna fucking core that shit. We gonna smash all that rebellious behavior that these heathens be displaying against the Heavenly Father, man. And that's where you niggas learned this bullshit from. Y'all learned it from the heathens, man. That's how y'all became accustomed to this shit. And then Omar's, you better believe it's niggas that own this shit. You see? Fucking Boiler 65th. That's another restaurant. Even the fucking selling crab. Bro, listen, bro. Crabs, they eat dead. Say, for instance, if it's a shipwreck and the niggas die in the sea in the bottom of the ocean, you know who gonna come and eat them dead bodies? A goddamn, what they call them, big ass lobsters. They got a particular name because it's different, you know, sizes and shit like that. But you got a king crab. What the fuck you think that a king crab do? You see? They just like the filtration system on land. The pigs, the hogs, and the boars and shit like that, and other animals that the Heavenly Father set in place, man. You ain't supposed to be eating no fucking king crab. It was Jake. It was years ago. I seen an article about it. He went to go buy some shrimp from a discount place, you know, so he buy a bulk amount and he get it for a lesser price. You see, so when he got home, he was separating the shrimp. And all he did was touch the motherfucking shrimp to separate them and put them in portions and shit like that. And he contracted some type of flesh eating bacteria, some type of disease, to where this nigga had to get both of his legs amputated from the knee down and both of his goddamn arms amputated from the elbow down. You see? And now he a goddamn I want to say it's a paraplegic. I think that's the name of it, man. So we don't supposed to be eating no goddamn particular seafood. Like I said, you got particular seafoods that's lawful, man. You know? You ain't supposed to be eating shrimp. You know? You ain't supposed to be eating crawfish. You ain't supposed to be eating crabs. You see? You ain't supposed to be eating motherfucking particular things, man. Thus saith the Heavenly Father. This Leviticus 11:1 in the GNTA, the Good News Translation with Apocrypha. The Lord gave Moses and Aaron the following regulations. So this is a regulation from the Heavenly Father, man. Let's see what a regulation is, right? Which I think it goes back to a rule. Let me see. It said regulation. Regulation is the management of complex systems according to a set of rules and trends. So this is rules that the Heavenly Father gave our people that we supposed to adhere to and follow. And if you don't, it gonna be consequences and repercussion that you nigga gotta pay for disobeying the rules of the Heavenly Father. Which a rule is synonymous with what? A law. So you break these devil rules and law, what you think? It consequences and repercussion for that shit. Go try to rob a bank and see what happened to you. When they tell you ain't supposed, don't rob no bank. Go traffic narcotics. Now I'm talking about a significant amount of narcotics. Pounds and tons of that shit. See what they do to you, like Chapo, Joaquin Guzman, you know, Pablo, and all these different cartel and cocaine traffickers, man. You know, the island boys. You see? So these is rules that we supposed to follow, man. If your father, I'm talking about your earthly father like myself, I have children, I can have children. If I give my son rules and regulation to follow and they don't follow them, it gonna be It gonna be hell to pay. You see? It said the Lord gave Moses and Aaron the following regulations or the following rules for the people of Israel. Who are the people of Israel? You Negroes, Latinos, Native and Seminole Indians. Israel's name was Salakia, which was Jacob. His name was changed to Israel, which Jacob is the progenitor of the 12 patriarchs of Jacob, right? What is a patriarch? A head of a family, a chief. So it's talking about his 12 sons, man, right? And which we now, the descendants of the said people of Israel in the scriptures are you Negroes, Latinos, Native Seminole Indians, as well as the Israelite foreigners scattered amongst the heathens that look like the heathens, for some Elder Malcolm, but they bloodline and they lineage go back to Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. I'll give you an example of it. Patrick Mahomes. It was a lot of controversy about Patrick Mahomes. Oh, even Steph Curry, his complexion, right? Which he didn't get a white woman. I can only imagine if he did, right? But Kevin Durant, a melanated Jake basketball player, he said when he seen Steph Curry play, he thought he was a white boy. And it's the same thing with what's my boy name with the Chiefs, the quarterback for the Chiefs. The nigga name slipping me right now. Patrick Mahomes. You see, but his dad is a brown skinned man, partner. And Patrick Mahomes, he more of a lighter complexion. He can pass for a white boy. You see, especially when he was younger. But he got the attributes and the physical athletic abilities of a so-called Negro, Latino, or Native American, man. It said you may eat any land animal that had divided hoofs and that also chews cud. The cud is the grass, right? So it has to fall under these guidelines: divided hoofs and they chew the cud, right? Which people, with a pig, for instance, they gonna say it. Matter of fact, man, but you must not eat camels. Hey, look, right? Cause you had. This shit just popped into my head with Rush Hour with Chris Tucker and Jackie Chan. Some brother think he Jake, some brother think he a heathen. Only time will tell. But the point is that in the movie, this nigga Jackie Chan, that nigga Chris Tucker asked him what he hate. He said, "Camel's hump, camel's hump." You ain't supposed to be eating no goddamn camel's hump. Let me catch a nigga eating a camel's hump in the kingdom. I swear to God, he gonna meet his maker. Rock badgers, you ain't supposed to be eating badgers, or rabbits. These must be considered unclean. Unclean is a compound word. Un meaning not clean. So not clean, man. They chew the cud, but do not have divided hoofs. So it gotta fall under the regulations of land animal that you could eat. They gotta have divided hoofs and they chew the cud, grass. For an example, a cow, a deer. I want to say a gazelle, antelope. I think these different animals as well, But we so accustomed to eating cows, and it's hella lawful animals that chew the cud and divide the hoof that we don't have no idea about. But in the kingdom, we gonna explore all that, man. It says, verse 7, do not eat pigs. Point blank, period. You ain't supposed to be eating no goddamn pigs, man. And you tell a nigga about some pigs, man, don't supposed to be eating them. A nigga will try to kill you, man. Like Boosie. Like I said earlier, it was a viral clip of this nigga online talking about, I'm hungry, Lord, I can't eat pork. And if I'm a matter of fact, I'm gonna put it in the description box of the video or the clip of this nigga shooting the middle finger, the bird, which a middle finger is indicative or represent what? Mean fuck you. So he basically saying fuck you to the Heavenly Father. He gonna eat his pork. And guess what? Now that nigga Boost, I hope he get sentenced to prison. But he might have to do a humiliation ritual or some type of ritual behind closed door where he can avoid prison time. You see? But the Heavenly Father, ultimately the Heavenly Father is that nigga ain't gonna escape the Lord, man. You know, the Lord said, do not eat pigs, period. This in the GNTA. Point blank, period. No exceptions, man. Even if you hungry, even if you starving, you supposed to have faith in the Heavenly Father that he gonna provide for you. You ain't supposed to just go to no abomination like the movie the Book of Eli. That nigga was eating cats and shit. Look, dog, we ain't supposed to eat no. And he a representative prophet. The real true prophets ain't gonna eat cats, man. It said they must be considered unclean, so pigs are not clean. They the filtration system for the planet Earth. That's why the planet's so fucking filthy. That's why you got garbage everywhere. You see? The pigs are like the garbage disposal for the earth, man. You see? We're going to show you motherfuckers how to do it when we get in. I'm going to show them how to do it. We're going to show y'all how to do it when we get in the position of power, all right? And we're going to be in unison with the ecosystem, the animals, the plants, the vegetation, and everything is going to flourish, man. Because we're going to do it according to the commandments of the Heavenly Father. It said they must be considered unclean, so the pig not clean. They have divided hoofs. Yup, okay, they meet one requirement, but do not chew the cud. Meaning what? They don't chew grass. So if they don't meet both of those requirements, divided hoofs and chew the cud, you ain't supposed to be eating that shit. Verse 8, do not eat these animals or even touch their dead bodies. They are unclean. Verse 9, going into seafood that's lawful. You may eat any kind of fish that has fins and scales. So catfish, it don't got fins and scales. You know? Blowfish, that shit don't got fins and scales. These heathen, I seen some heathens, man. Oh, ye heathen that have ever been reputed at nothing have begun to be lords over us and reign and devour us, man. I seen some heathen, these motherfuckers were eating bear paw soup. You hear me? Bear paw soup. These nigga actually amputated a nigga a bear paw off and made soup out of that shit. Bear paw soup. It says, verse 9 again, you may eat any kind of fish that has fins and scales. But anything living in the water that does not have fins and scales must not be eaten. Right, because you had octopus. I did a lesson on one of my channels that got took down years ago about you Israelites cannot eat, I repeat, cannot eat alligators. Because you had this new trend going on where people got the microphones and shit with the Jake bitch, I forget her name, and she was eating all these abominations and all this shit in the microphone and shit like that. I seen that hoe eat a whole alligator. I seen other niggas eat alligators too. You ain't supposed to be eating no goddamn alligators, man. You see? At one point in time, alligators used to eat niggas. I hope the Heavenly Father, in the time to come, the Lord allow Esau to round a bunch of niggas up and throw their ass to alligators, man. Because I know in the kingdom, I'm going to be using my animals in the Lord's creation, which is our creation. If we are the elect, I'm going to be using them more in righteousness. My alligator going to be eating motherfuckers up. Just like Esau used to use our babies as alligator bait, I'm gonna do the same thing. You know what I'm saying? And all them heathens who eat alligators or whoever started that goddamn trend, y'all gonna, yeah. Verse 10. But anything living in the water that does not have fins and scales must not be eaten. Y'all ain't supposed to eat that shit. Such creatures must be considered unclean, not clean. You must not eat them or even touch their dead bodies. Verse 12. You must not eat anything that lives in the water and does not have fins and scales. Do fucking lobster have fins and scales, nigga? Do king crab, the crab shanty have that shit? Do that shit have fins and scales? I used to do food delivery, right? I used to hate going to them motherfucking crab spot. That shit be stinking. That shit off, bro. You see? Verse 13. It says, verse 13, you must not eat any of the following birds. Eagles, that's an unclean and hateful bird. That's a scavenger bird. They eat flesh. You see? Owls, unclean. Hawk. I wouldn't be surprised. You could probably type it up on YouTube. They got everything on YouTube, man. You could probably see niggas eating. Now, I seen a nigga eat an ostrich before. I seen some heathens cooking up an ostrich before. You know? You must not eat any of the following birds. These are unclean birds, man. Okay? It says eagles, owls, hawks, falcons, buzzards. Cause this another part of the filtration system of the Heavenly Father, of the fowls of the heavens. They keep the earth clean too. These different animals that I mentioned, they eat carcasses, bro. Eagles are if it's a baby, an eagle will swoop down. I seen a video. An eagle swooped down and picked up a baby and was about to flow off with that nigga, but it fell out of his talons. You see? So eagles, they unclean. They scavenger bird. Owls, hawks, falcons, buzzards, vultures, crows, ostriches, seagulls, storks, herons, pelicans, cormorants, hoopos, or bats. Nigga be eating bat soup in China. I'ma serve them China. You Mawa Abba motherfuckers, I'ma serve you up in the kingdom, man. All winged insects are unclean except those that hop. You see? You may eat locusts, right? Because our forefather John the Baptist, when you go into the New Testament, we came on the scene, said his garment was a camel's hair, and his food was locusts and wild honey. So locusts is lawful. I ate locusts before in Chicago. Know what I'm saying? I ate locusts here, and I'm in Chicago right now. So I ate locusts before the Elder D-Mash had some. I think they were like dehydrated locusts or some crickets or something like that. But it said you may eat locusts, so you can eat locusts. But if you eat locusts in this day and age and crickets and grasshoppers, niggas will look at you like you got 3 heads. Right? Verse, and this the whole dietary law. I can keep reading. It got 47 verses. I'm gonna keep reading some, man. I ain't even gonna read no more. I ain't gonna read the article because the title is the point. Verse 23. But all other small things that have wings and also crawl must be considered unclean. You see? So yeah, it says, oh, I gotta keep reading. Cause it's hella examples of nigga eating certain shit, man. You see? It's hella examples. I seen a nigga eat a rat live on TV before, man. Well, not TV, but YouTube is the new TV. And when I say nigga, I mean a nigga, a so-called black boy, or a so-called black man. I seen this nigga eat a whole rat live. And I mention it because it gonna tell you ain't supposed to be eating rats and shit, man. You ain't supposed to be eating mice and lizards, man. These different animals, they carry different what's the word? Pathogens or they carry different like bacteria. I'll just use that for lack of a better term. Verse 24, Leviticus 11 and 24 in the GNTA. If you touch the dead bodies of the following animals, you will be unclean until even. All animals with hoofs, unless their hoofs are divided and they chew the cud, right? So you can touch a cow. You know, if you know dealing with butchers. Like it. What the fuck did I do? Turn the heat on. It says, and all 4-footed animals with paws. Remember I mentioned earlier, bare paw soup. Nigga, Chinese Mawa Abba, them niggas eat bare paw soups. I was sorry when I seen that shit, man. And then when you look at the consistency of the meat that's in a motherfucking bare foot, this shit like all fat, bro. And that's unlawful. You ain't supposed to be eating no fat, bro. It says, if you carry their dead bodies, you must wash your clothes, but you will still be unclean until even. Moles, rats, mice, and lizards must be considered unclean. And whoever touches them or their dead bodies will be unclean until even. You see? All right, you know? So, yeah, man, this was a quick lesson. I pray it was edifying. I want to give all glory, honor, and praises to Yahweh, by Hashem, and Yahushua, by Hashem and Chakadash. Double honor to the Apostle Els, a great millstone who ruled well. Shalom, Wachasala, Bakiyar, Wafla Babal, Shalom.